Good evening, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. This is Jeremiah Kato, your fellow student in business management. Today, I was at the office and we thought of something pertaining the environment, saving the environment, and we're more of talking about how to reduce on the papers we use in the office. And I thought of something called deforestation. All the papers are coming from trees. I thought of how people are cutting down all the trees to make papers and how we misuse papers. And we came up with many strategies of controlling how we use our papers. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about why we need to stop deforestation, why we need to conserve the environment. I will refer to deforestation refers to the decrease in forest areas across the world that are lost for other uses such as agriculture, croplands, urbanization, etc. Forests are one of the most important ecosystems on Earth. 80% of all the plants, insects, and animals call forest homes. Nearly 1/3 of people in the world depend directly on forests for their livelihood. Trees help regulate the environment, filter water through their root system. We all know that so many countries are going through floods. And one of the reasons of this is cutting down trees. Other countries do not have rain because of deforestation. We know plants and forest or the green land or the green vegetation helps to bring rain. So the forests capture dust particles and pollutants from the air and stabilizes soils against soil erosion. They perform these vital services equally for everyone without taking into account of the country boundaries or the size of the income or where you come from, who you are. Now, as we all know that deforestation is very dangerous and it causes so many climate change. Deforestation is happening everywhere on the planet for so many different reasons that we all know, from region to region, from vast areas of rainforest in a number of tropical countries, including Indonesia, Brazil, and Malaysia, etc. have been destroyed to make palm oil, soya plantations, and cattle ranches, others to make constructions of new buildings, roads, and so many things. The increasing global demand for wood products is being a very big danger to many Asian forest species around the world. Now, ending deforestation is the best chance we have to stabilize our environment. When we can do it, we can stop deforestation. We can make the world a better place by avoiding deforestation. There are so many other ways. What can we do to decrease deforestation? There are so many ways. In my country, in my kingdom, the king of my kingdom says we need to plant trees. In Lottery also they have an initiative whereby they go in communities planting trees. Plant a tree. You can have a tree, one tree maybe every year. You can plant one tree. The most straightforward personal strategy to fight against deforestation, brothers and sisters, is to plant a tree. Planting a tree could be considered a lifelong investment into the environment and your good health. Now, when I was growing up, my mother we used to have a cassava plantation. So every time you uproot the cassava tree, you take then you cut the stem and then cover and put it back in the soil. Okay, so that stem grows again. So next year, same time, you come back and there is food. You get my point? So the cutting of trees causes billions of tons of carbon dioxide. So when we cut the trees, we lose oxygen, and then we have what we call green gas to be released into the air. By planting trees, you are helping to combat the global warming because trees absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen for us to keep on alive. Okay, trees are known for their mind smoothing and healing properties. Just walking through a forest and looking at the trees, okay, it calms down our mind, okay, alleviates the worries and helps tired eyes to recover. So trees are very important. At least plant a tree every year. Okay, use less paper in the office. If you use less paper in the office, you are going to reduce on deforestation. Okay, try to recycle all the papers. Like I said earlier on, that in my office we are trying to do recycling of papers from all the departments. Okay, if one page is only used, we can use the other side maybe for something else. Recycle paper and carbon card, like I said. At least try to do the recycling. These are the ways of reducing deforestation. Buy only sustainable wood products. Do not buy products containing palm oil. Okay, because we know of course I know you're going to be letting other people's business down, but people are cutting down the trees to have palm oil forest. Do not burn firewood excessively. Do not burn fire, because we know we cut wood from the forest to have fire. So make sure that the firewood is used sparingly as all time. And if you cut down a tree, please plant one. Okay, always plant a tree every time you cut a tree, or make it a practice that every year I need to plant one tree. Do practice ecoforestry. Okay, raise awareness to the community that cutting down the trees will cause deforestation, and we all know the consequences. We all know the outcomes of deforestation. Respect the rights of indigenous people. Now, in my country, we have indigenous people who believe in, like, the trees. Maybe they have their ancestral spirits. They don't want to cut down the trees. Respect them. Okay, we are this, as we are the Latter-day Saints, we believe in the law of the land. Okay, support organizations fighting deforestation. Organizations like Rotary Club, they don't believe in deforestation, so you can support them. And when you support them, this is going to stop deforestation. I promise you. Join a community forestry project. If you have any project that is supporting forestry, in my kingdom we plant a tree every year. We are encouraged by the king to plant a tree at least every year, beginning of the year. So join such initiatives, because people are cutting trees more often than planting, and trees take too much time to grow. Help restore degraded forests and fight government corruption. In my country, corruption is too much. Okay, people cut down the trees all the time, and most of these are government people. And when they find people are cutting trees, the government are getting bribed and they let them go. So it's very important that we need also to fight corruption. As we fight corruption, everything will be resolved. Deforestation is a very serious issue that is affecting the world today. We have global warming being caused by pollution, deforestation. That's something we need to work on. And I know that as we keep doing the simple things, the world will be a better place. Okay, and brothers and sisters, I invite you that to practice safe ways of preserving the environment. I can convince you here, I persuade you today that if we do those points I mentioned earlier, we can fight deforestation and we can preserve the environment. We can be conservatives of this environment the Lord gave us to protect. I know this is very true, and I love you guys. It's been a very wonderful journey for us, passing through this semester. It has been so hard for me, but at least I've tried to go through, and I hope we'll keep meeting again in the next classes. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.